sure nobody can remember the origins of it.
Yeah, well, it came around a long time before me, and you know, the pool halls I grew up in, you didn't question a whole lot. So we've seen this a bit on the lags on the TV tables. It's almost like we know the outer tables play a little more humid. Raga to break here in the opener. And not his best hit on the one there. Really kind of flared the wrist out. Coming through the ball. Well, he's not gonna push out. So I'm not sure what he's doing here. Is he coming behind the 4? Okay. Excellent shot. Doing a number of things there. Not only gaining the snooker, but opened up the 2 ball. Wow, I wonder what brought him there. And of course, I don't reside in the Houston area anymore. Born and raised in Baytown, which is the east side, but Sugar Land's more of the southwest side of town. Really great area. All right, Raga with a long distance combo, and I'll tell you what, he's just a fun guy to watch. The reason why I think he kind of not only just hitting the scene on the World 9-Ball Tour there at the European Open, but just a very much one of those guys that's an entertainer in our sport. Maybe see the nerves at times, but sure does battle through it. And gonna be a fun player to watch for many years, like so many from the Philippines.
They've not played that many ranking events, or maybe not played the right ones, or perhaps they were absent from the scene for a while. Well, Raga, number 39 in the world. Well, there's no way there are 38 better players than Anton Raga or anything like it.
Down to 16 tonight after 2 rounds, but you don't have to win the event to go climb much higher. And, you know, everything's based around those rankings now. So not only the Reyes Cup.
Completely taken us by surprise to get to the final of this championship, even within the last few years. Mohamed Soufi obviously last year, Omar Al Shaheen in 2021. If someone like that was to come through and even get to the final again, similar to those guys, the world ranking list, you would have to think, is going to have an enormous shake-up come the end of this week.
Yeah, and these opening matches, of course, having to win another, at least not this year's World Pool Championships, but you know, you and I, we talk about golf all the time, and it really can change from day to day, the mentality of the sport, and get yourself settled. Little bit of an awkward 9, got to pay attention. Ooh, did just squeeze it home, caught a couple of the jaws before it fell in a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, overall a nice efficient opening rack for Raga, the 26-year-old from the Philippines. He leads Lou Reed Teng 1-0. It's Neuhausen who played so well on this table yesterday against Billy Thorpe. P.S. Labutas 4-2 up on Francesco Candela. Konrad Jusicin has a 4-3 lead over Mark Bijsterbosch. Patrick Gonzalez 5-4 up on Copigny. It's 4-2 for Jeffrey Ignacio over Jonas Suto.
Yeah, I'm trying to find Federer in the building and where he's located. What a setup, though. I mean, just incredible. Darren Appleton being one of them.
When you think of Darren, I mean, he was around in the days when Matchroom were putting on tournaments in.
For the most part, I would say this is the best. I'd say by all parts, really. Looks like SVB's gotten it to 6-6 over there, so fighting hard.
A big comeback to knock out Jason Shaw. Ultimately, he was a semi-finalist there.
I don't know. I think he did get the snooker. You get a lot of swerve because you get more energy going upward than you do forward. So, oh, what a hit. Pulled the trigger before we could really even think.
A couple of months later, semi-finalist in the All Japan Championship, and they're both very big, long-established events you've had very good players playing in over the years.
Got it elevated. We can't tell from that camera angle, but we can see him. That's a bit better. Yeah, that's what happens generally. You don't get behind it near as much, so you got to make a decision. Is it really the play?
I got him a bit more international attention because that was a world ranking event which had a lot of profile.
stayed down on that ball a bit longer than we're used to. Yeah, and Bernie, you know, we saw some stuff from him last year. Was it Hanoi where he made that deep run?
Yeah, Bernie Regalario.
Yeah, I don't think he just had his game this week. You know, even with the win, it was some stumbles, and which looks like he's going to get the W, but maybe not that much from Bernie.
Yeah, we were all looking at that as one of the standout matches of the early days of the championship, the all-Philippines clash between Raga and Regalario, but Raga just dominated at 1-9-1.
Of course, two countrymen. You know, you have certain players you just kind of hold over, and players that have certainly played each other quite a bit there in the Philippines. May be the case.
So all going to plan so far for Anton Raga, last year's European Open runner-up. He leads Teng by 2 racks to 0.
In the arena, can't see much of the table, but can see who's at the table. It's not Fedor Gorst. Okay, this is going to open up nicely on the pink 4, so he wants to get somewhat heavy on the 3. Hasn't had a lot of time at the table. Really like everything about his technique as well. Really efficient with the swing as well. Not a whole lot of moving parts, and that's where the Filipino players have gotten even better at these junior events. And seems like the players from yesteryear there in the Philippines that really offer a lot of advice to these kids.
A few months ago, and he was saying that Johan Chua has been giving him some guidance and a bit of mentoring along the way. And it's funny to think Chua is now considered part of the older generation. Much younger players coming through in the next wave. They're just churning them out there at the moment. And these are ominous signs for Teng. Anton Raga racing through that rack very efficiently. He now leads 3-0.
And from 5-2 down, Ko Ping-yi just putting rack after rack together as well over Gonzalez, now ahead 6-5. More of the break he's looking for, and look at the 2-ball. 5 on the spin.
It was 6-3, yeah. If he was to lose that, you know, that would mean we're still in the last 64 stage, and all of the last 3 winners of the championship would be out. And maybe the last 4, because Gorst is obviously struggling in his match.
Or was that the year before I'm thinking of as well? I know Kazakis lost an 11-10 match to get to the semis, and I thought it was Al Yusuf. Can't remember exactly, but...
No, yeah. No, because Kazakis and Al Yusuf.
Look at this guy here. He's going to power up going forward here, trying to get to the center of the table. Just got beautiful cue action. Yeah, Grillo always impressing me how much he's improving every time I see him. Tough player. Along with the guy on the table who's not giving Teng. Decided to come out.
Came through 3 matches on the loser side. The last of which was against no less a figure than Niels Fyan, and then he was off and running through single elimination. Al-Kaidi sold out from there.
He got awkward here. Oh, nice clean hit. Got a little rub on the 9, so more work to do. These are huge balls. Even with a 3-0 lead, you don't want to let the momentum change.
He's playing very well, isn't he? And he's absolutely frozen his opponent out for the last couple of racks. Anton Raga already leads 4-0.
Coming down the stretch.
And another result I don't think we gave, Viktor Zielinski has ended the run of Aydin Pikniak of Bosnia and Herzegovina 11-4. He'll now play Robbie Capito or Ralph Suke in the last 32.
If you're Teng, you just got to really buy your time and try not to get frustrated, you know, kind of iced out in the chair.
But was whitewashed 10-0 by Joshua Filler. Should say, though, he got to the semi-finals of the Perry Open. I know you were at that, Jeremy. It was
on the other side of Hanoi from where the Hanoi Open was held, but you can see a little body movement there, a little early. The tip.
It's funny what you're saying about being the other side of Hanoi. But on the day after the tournament finished, I had most of the day free, so I thought, okay, I'll go and have a look around the place. I'd been thinking all week we were in the centre of Hanoi because it was so busy and bustling around there.
Far outside of it, there's, of course, what is it? One of the 8th wonders of the world, I think, with the largest cave in the world. I forget the name of it. Many of the.
Well, Lou Teng is a very capable player. As I said, he's done well in a number of big international events in the past. And he did well in the UK Open just a few weeks ago. But what can you do about it when your opponent just won't give you a shot?
You also got to knock those shots in as well, and that's what he's been doing.
And there goes another one. Anton Raga has raced away into a 5-0 lead over Lou Teng in the last 64 of the World Championship.
So what is that, 6-1?
Well, if he's lost another one, it's 5-0.
5-0, okay.
Yeah.
Well, the one has just had a direct path to that silly and contained going behind the 9. Could be wrong. Getting down quickly, so it looks like he's just going to push through. Final couple days, and heard the VIP and the finals are sold out. The semifinal and finals, and good effort there from Lou Teng, but he's going to serve up another shot. Pretty smart.
Oh, come on now. Well, I think you've earned the right to an easier one, but still a bit of a challenge. So it's relevant to this match, obviously. How many players from the Philippines have won the World Championship?
So I was there in '99 when Efren won.
Well, actually, yeah, with Pagaline, I think we're a bit hazy as to when exactly he made the crossover.
Yeah.
But let's say we exclude him from the conversation then.
Okay.
How many others have won it?
So the one I wasn't present was Carlo Beato. That's one.
Yeah.
I was there for Efren in '99. I was there for Ronnie Alcano.
2006.
Had to win that match to just qualify. I went in as a 64th seed and ended up winning the event. Ronnie Alcano had to win 8-2 in his last match.
Wow.
In the group stage. Won 8-2 on the number to qualify as a 64th seed. Went on to win the match. Well, Bustamante never won it.
He did.
He did?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's who I'm missing then, yeah.
2010. First of the
Doha
era.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Uh-oh, he's going to get a little elevated. He wants that to go. This is going to be awkward, not only pocketing the 7. That would be 4, right?
Well, 5 if we count Pagaline, because I think he was still representing the Philippines then. Yeah, very good. Shane Van Boning, of course, the World Championship. Yeah, really good. The World Championship was the one that eluded him for so long.
Big money tournament also, and you know, Francisco hadn't been back. Look at this shot here. Decided to play it pretty simple, and he's going to have to show us a pretty nice one up the rail if he got back out here and played some World 9-Ball Tour at 60 years old or 61.
And that is half a dozen racks to nil. Anton Raga producing about as dominant as a display as we've seen all week here. He leads 6-0. Has now won 11-6 against Fu Che Wei. Joshua Fillers won the first against Fitim Haradinaj. Oscar Dominguez has built a 4-1 lead against Ali Alobadli. Yanioski 6-2 up on Chang Yu Long. Chris Melling 6-4 against Tolian Han. Still 2.
Very makeable ball, even though it's difficult. He's going to try and kill the cue ball behind the 7. Is it enough? I'll tell you, definitely got the snooker at least partially. What a shot. Inside spin, maybe a subtle swerve around the 7. Especially it doesn't feel like he's going to miss. Just kind of smooth it up and down the table like that. Yeah, but you can see how difficult the 2's going to play with the 3 back down. I think that was a smart shot. Figures I can come back with the cue ball, maybe get a little fortunate on the miss. Wow, what a strike. Watch out, 5-ball. Watch out, 5-ball. Wow, that's unfortunate. You know, one of them not so small, the Derby City Classic, you know, 500 players. And
only lost Hill in the final against Joshua Filler.
And kind of thing where there's not a lot of great players there, and really kind of learning from all these other greats from around the world. Oh, our first big mistake. Not only the missed ball, but a scratch with the cue ball. Oh, big fluke there from Copigny at 7-7. With Patrick Gonzalez.
Watching Raga here, I was thinking, if you had a tournament and said, right, Philippines players only, it would still be one of the best tournaments of the year. It wasn't quite 11. They started out with 13, and 9 of them got through.
Oh, 9, okay.
Anyway, let's look at Lou Teng for a moment, because we've not had much opportunity to do so. And got to single elimination at the UK Open, and as I said, went much further than that in the UK this year.
Yeah. I was going to say, though, just like we talked about yesterday in a match, I believe it was, or maybe the day before, trailing 6-0, he's got to put something special together.
Yeah, unlike Raga, Lou Teng has got here undefeated. In fact, he only lost 4 racks now.
We all know the talent at the UK Open. We all know the talent of Sanjin. Of course, Sanjin kind of happened to him again today against Eklund Kachi.
Tough day for past winners of this title, and Joshua Filler can be added to that list. Early stages against Fitim Haradinaj, but he is behind.
SVB's on the hill, and it looks like he has his opponent snookered. Up 10-7. Wu Kun Lin going to the air.
Well, Lou Teng had his chance in that rack, but wasn't able to take it, so like all the racks that went before it, it's gone the way of Anton Raga. He now leads 7-0. Away against Konrad Yusishin, that's 8-5. Jeffrey Ignacio, 1 up on Honasuto, that's 7-6. And it's 7-all between Copigny and Patrick Gonzalez. 1 disappears in.
Swish. He's got to play a nice one here.
Not really.
I've never seen him, never heard of him, really.
Yeah, no, I have heard of him before. But as you always say, and Carl says as well, you see the Philippines flag next to someone at one of these big international events, you know they're really good.
Yeah, just a lot of pressure, and of course, again, we always talk about it, or at least I believe it, really. Another bank shot there from Raga. How many banks has he made in this set in the first 7 or 8 games? But all the shots you have need to be quality. You know, that's just like yesterday. People asked a couple, ooh, did get her down. That's why he's also fun. Even when it's a miss, you can kind of feel the body, and Albin's improved on the break quite a bit, but you know, just like you know, I think Chris Melling, for instance, he's got to. There's certain things you have to have, I think, and I think you got to be pretty good at the long ball because you know it's going to come up. I think you have to be able to make some good decisions mentally, and you have to be able to break the balls well.
The one thing you could say that might count against Raga, you would think, in terms of trying to win this, is his lack of experience of playing on this sort of stage. But he just rocked up at the European Open out of nowhere in the context of these tournaments and was 1 rack away from winning it. So I don't think that is a factor. He's definitely a contender for this.
It's really gone about, but you know, how many chances has Federer got that he didn't really take advantage of? Tell you what, though, and I tell you okay, there's a little, make him a little more heady and thinking about things. You know, I think it get him to where you may see a bit more of a mistake here and there, and that's not always going to be the case. But you know, it's been a big part of pool for a long time.
There's a chance here to at least ensure that won't happen.
Yeah, absolutely, especially when they really haven't done a ton wrong.
For the 2nd time in his career in the World Championship.
Well, the thing about it, You know, is that going to get? Okay. You know, a lot of times in these high pressure moments, we see players, you know, make a lot of mistakes, whether it be with the brain or with the arm, or a combination of both.
He's basically got gout in his foot, and he could barely move yesterday morning, but seems to be moving a lot better today. He's 9-4 up now against Tolian Han. If he gets through, he could have another All-British clash tonight, because...
Get out of here to cut the lead for Beisterbosch to 10-6. Kind of wonder about Conrad, really great player and so talented. Was having more results not long ago, but been a little quiet of late.
Yeah, and he has got back to 10-6 there. Okay, so we won't see a whitewash. Lu Teng has got one on the board.
Yeah, nice break off. He's going to get a nice. Yeah. Snookered here on the 3. Wu Kunlin.
He's left it right over the pocket and given Van Bonin a chance to get the job done and get into the last 32. Lu Teng has made the 3-9 combination. So nothing wrong with that at all. Nice break and a very quick kill. Still such a long way to come back from, though. It's 8-2. Intense heat of Jeddah in Saudi Arabia, beaten by Mickey Kraus, who finished off with his second golden break of the match.
Yeah, SVB now on the 6 ball. He can.
It's 3 down against Wu Kunlin, but he's taken 8 of the next 11 racks to come through 11-9.
Solid match of the tournament, really.
Yeah, he needs to get another 4 basically, because he's 10-7 down to Alexa Pescelj of Serbia. Pescelj on the hill, Mellin on the...
Yeah, I think there was 6 Americans that did go through. Hunter, Oscar, right? Billy Thorpe, BJ Ussery,
Van Bonin and Gorst.
And Gorst, yeah. Match. Very good cueing. They're all tough, right? Doesn't matter who you're playing, really. Maybe just a few inches back.
Elliot Sanderson is
both pulling out that match to get to this final 64. Now the difference was Rollins was on the 1-loss side.
Achieve every bit of success that he can to justify that decision.
May have gotten a little more hold, maybe slowed Raga down a bit. At the table as well.
Lu Teng's comeback continues. Was 8-0 down. It's now 8-3. Fitim Haradinaj has levelled with Joshua Filler. I'd want to walk around the outside courts and see a bit of everything. And I feel it's a bit like that at these big pool events. You walk around, and of course, because the playing area is so small for each match, you can watch 8-10 players all at once.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. And the tennis, always wanted to go to Flushing Meadows. I was a tennis player, believe it or not.
Oh, I can well believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah, back-to-back dry breaks for Lu Teng. After losing the last 2 racks to let Federgorst back into it a bit, Amir Ali of Iraq has won rack 10. He's 8-2 up now on Federgorst.
Takes it down, and depending on who they are, maybe the 2nd and 3rd place finishers as well. Well, he's got to make a nice shot here to gain position on the 5. To the kitchen or the break box, that would be a good spot for the cue ball. That's going to be light. That's going to be light. And not the shot. Again, he can't pound around the shots you need or the racks you need. These players, no matter who it is he banking another one? And that's all about position.
Against the really talented young Philippines player, Kyle Amarato, by 9 racks to 8.
Yeah, and both those, you know, he got some help. A scratch on the break at Hill with Amarato, and you just wonder why, really, with Federgors, so many struggles here. I think he arrived as early as any other player of 29th, I believe it was. Which I preach to the players, which is amazing to me, some of the Americans, how late they show up to some of these overseas events. I don't know how they could do it. Even when I was younger, it's very taxing to me. Not only the stress of the event, but you want to have 100% strength.
So Lu Teng won 3 racks in a row, but he's lost that one. And crucially, I think you would have to say, in the context of what we've seen already in this match, he's handed the break now back to Raga. And the other matches, it's 8-all between Ko Panyi and Patrick Gonzalez. Well, Ko has just gone 9-8 in front there, and it's 9-all between Jonas Suto and Jeffrey Ignacio.
Yeah. Left side rail. No, he's going to try and roll this in, I think. Okay.
So, having snapped his 3-rack losing streak, Federgors has got another one back. So he's won 3 of the last 4 now against Amir Ali. That's 8-3 in favour of...
Sounds like the man from Iraq is playing the game very well. Of course, hard sometimes. Oh, I thought he missed it. Raga will make you jump from the comm box. I'll tell you, when his body moves, I kind of move with it. For the next day, and you wonder how that's possible. But good thing for Raga is he's got to play that next match, as long as some miracle doesn't happen here for Lu Teng. Early, they're going to continue that day to play very well.
And Anton Raga is now leading Lu Teng by 10 racks to 3. Another break and run there, and it's the US player Lombardo who's won it.
Yeah, watch for the golden break here. We've seen some of these great performances be finished with the golden break. 20 ahead, 10-9, but not in a good position. So we could see another hill match there between him and Jushishin.
Well, the most famous match of Bijsterbosch's career so far was played.
Yeah, he can get at the blue too. Can he knock it away and hold with the 6? Oh, he's got a double kiss. He needs some help. He's going to get him over the purple a bit. Nah. Yeah, well, he wants to finish it here.
And as one Philippines player looks to close it out here, another has moved to the hill on table 2. Jeffrey Ignacio now leading Jonas Suto by 10 racks to 9.
Just kind of dig on the cue ball. Oh, he killed it. He killed it nicely. You could see a big finish through the cue ball.
Yeah, and that's 10-9 down against Alexa Peschel. So ball in hand now for the Serbian.
Yeah, and Alexa's made a couple mistakes here in the last few racks. A big missed 6 ball in the last. It looks pretty thin to float it though. Looks to be pretty good speed. I tell you, if you're a Raga fan, you got to like what you're seeing here.
It's not like he played his way into the match. He's just been really good from the start.
Yeah, I know he had a ton of break and runs. I don't know exactly how many. 5, 6, maybe 5.
He's had 4 so far.
Only, okay, but he's had total control, it seemed.
Yeah.
In every rack.
And what he has now is victory. Anton Raga has defeated Lu Teng by 11 racks to 3. He looks absolutely delighted, probably as much with how well he played as he is with the victory over a fine player who we saw in the last 16 of the UK Open just a few weeks ago. So victory then for Anton Raga. He's a contender.